a channeled heart activation. And so I'd like to just do a short prayer and meditation. If you'd like to bring all of our energies together with our larger body of listeners. If you'd like to close your eyes for just a moment, we call forth divine assistance, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, the light ones, the great ones, the enlightened ones, from the furthest reaches of the galaxy, the supreme being, and all divine ones assisting in light. We welcome your energy, your light, and your love today. Let's take a moment to just drop in, like the sound of a sinking stone falling through water, through an ocean, as it twists and spins with the light falling ever more towards the center, until it lands on the soft, sandy bottom. In this essence, we abide as one. Take a moment and just receive all the blessings intended for you and for me. And now, Patrick, we have a reading from the Science of Mind.
Aloha. My name's Pat Callahan, and I'm privileged to do this morning's reading, Relaxing into God. Things are such that someone lifting a cup or watching the rain, petting a dog, or singing, just singing, could be doing as much for the universe as anyone. That's from Rumi. God's gifts are given freely and fully, as the air and the sunshine, alike to all. That's from Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind. Lucky children, those who aren't glued to technological gadgets, often spend time doing nothing. I remember once watching my own young daughter lying belly down on our front lawn, seemingly enwrapped in watching the grass grow. She must have gotten that talent from me because I have often spent precious hours in my backyard with a book that most often lay open on my lap as I watched everything around me. Who is to say that these periods of quiet, contented nothingness aren't spiritual devotions? If, as we teach, God is all that is, expressing God doesn't require cathedrals, incense, special beads, or prayer postures. Petting my dog is an act of love, and in that exchange of affection, I feel the nature of God. Sitting in a creaky old lawn chair and dozing my way through a novel could be just what my spirit needs to connect with the ground of being. Many of us have been steeped in a Western work ethic that requires us to be productive and efficient. How often have we heard the admonition to not waste time? People urge us to multitask, to work faster, smarter, and longer. Sometimes it feels like the only way to find time for God is to make a 30-minute appointment in our iPhone for meditation. Blessed be those times when we find the spaces in between the usual noise and hurry of our preoccupations and obligations. God lies in wait for us there. Affirmation. Today I allow myself to simply be. I breathe in, I breathe out, and know that God is breathing with me in the stillness of this moment.
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. And now we're going to have a song by Zakshi and Kavita.
Aloha. So, we're going to share with you guys a kirtan to start this out. And a kirtan is an ancient tradition from India, chanting sacred mantras. And usually in India, in any ritual, in any kirtan, in any ceremony, they usually invoke Ganesha first. And Ganesha is the elephant headed form of the divine that represents the remover of obstacles. So, in this way, we will chant this mantra asking that the divine energy removes any obstacles in the world situation, in our own lives, whatever we might be dealing with as a collective consciousness, as individuals. So the chant is Jaya Ganesha. Can you repeat after me? Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
So it's call and response. So I will do the call and you guys will respond. Creates this beautiful wave, this ebb and flow, this dynamic. She will help out Kavita with the response so you guys know how to follow along. The other part of it is Ganesha Nama Om.
Ganesha Nama Om.
Ganesha Nama Om.
Ganesha Nama Om.
Ganesha Namaste.
Ganesha Namaste.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha.
Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Ganesha. Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Namaste, Jaya Ganesha. Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Namaste, Jaya Ganesha. Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Namaste, Jaya Ganesha. Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Nama Om, Ganesha Namaste, Jaya Ganesha. Jaya Ganesha, 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 Jaya Ganesha. Thank you, Jai.
Ganesha, remover of obstacles. And here we are all together. So, New Thought, welcome to New Thought. Good morning. We are a group of people who are all in our own ways have found a way to the divine, and we have our own individual paths, and we come together to share the love. We administer to each other. We don't have any ordained minister. We don't have regular music ministry. Instead, we have guest speakers and guest musicians. So we sort of get the best of everyone as they come through, and we get to share with each other, and that's the constant here. Okay, so Sheila, sometimes we begin with a question that helps sort of ignite where we're focusing today. Do you have a question for people here?
I do have a question. So, my question is, however you interpret the thing that's happening now, on the other side of it, what is one quality that you want to see us emerge with as a collective?
So
One
what you're
quality.
asking, Sheila,
Yeah.
is as we're moving through this, when we get to the other side, what's the one quality that you would like to see manifest through this process having happened?
Thank you. That's exactly
Okay,
it.
perfect. Okay, and so I'd like to invite you to share your name and just the one word that represents your vision.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Unity. I just see us arriving at unity together. And my name is Marie Claire. So we haven't really done this going around the room. But what I'd like to do is ask each of you just to call out your name one at a time. We'll start with Rob. And say the word that describes what you see on the other side of this. And we'll pass. So we'll just go from Rob to Pasha and across the row and then the second row. Keeping masks on. Yes. And try to enunciate because I'm the only one with the microphone right now. I will repeat, yes. Do your best to enunciate and I'll amplify. So you're you're going by Jetson, right? Kindness. One of our members, Brian Nakasone, who actually is the person who brought Sheila to us the very first time. His presence is felt. He's no longer with us in the physical. And he's left quite an impression with all of us. And what you're saying, Rob, is kindness that Brian so embodied. Okay, thank you. Pasha? Pasha, balance of nature. We could use some balance. Dave, healing. Brent, sovereignty. Sakshi, transformation.
You can double
You
up.
can double it.
You can double it. Yeah.
Beautiful. Kavita shares transformation into a deeper crystalline love. Patty says peace. Sorry, what was that? Okay, Loli shares love through unity. Cocooning and wisdom. Is that Candy back there? Oh, Henry. Happy Dragon Henry, compassion from the heart to the universe. Candy, freedom. Woo! Okay, Jack, worldwide massive unbrainwashing, medical unbrainwashing, mental clarity. Deb, community and unity. Jean, compassionate understanding. Patrick? Pat, life. And Terry, care and concern for everyone. Sheila?
Massive and complete telepathy.
Wow, I love that. Massive and complete telepathy.
No more secrets.
Really don't have to say another word. We can all just telepath. Okay, could we have another song, please?
So this next one is called Faith Can Move Mountains. And it is in English, but in a similar way. You guys can help out with the chorus, kind of like the kirtan, but we need your help on this. So she's going to help point out the part that you guys can harmonize with. As soon as you get it, you can start to sing along. One to thee, have little faith, that you reach a river Jordan and you turn right back around. One to thee, have little faith, that you reach a river Jordan and you turn right back around. One to thee, have little faith, that you reach a river Jordan and you turn right back around. Reach a river Jordan and you turn right back around. 'Cause faith can move mountains. Faith can move mountains. Faith can move mountains. Faith can move mountains. Oh, faith can move mountains. Oh, yeah. Faith can move mountains. Oh, faith can move mountains. Faith in Jah. Faith in Jah. Faith in Jah. Faith in Jah. Just like Daniel in the lion's den. Faith can move mountains. Just like Jonah in the belly of the whale. Faith can move mountains. Just like Daniel in the lion's den. Faith can move mountains. Just like Jonah in the belly of the whale. Faith can move mountains. Faith can move mountains. Oh, faith can move mountains. Oh, yeah. Faith can move mountains. Faith in Jah. Faith in Jah. Faith in Jah. Faith in Jah. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were tossed in the fire, but they never got burned. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were tossed in the fire, but they never got burned. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were tossed in the fire, but they never got burned. Tossed in the fire, but they never got burned. Tossed in the fire, but they never got burned. Tossed in the fire. It was faith in Jah. 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 Tell me who. Tell me who. Tell me who is gonna help. I praise Jehovah. Tell me who. Tell me who. Tell me who is gonna help. I praise Jehovah. Hear your voices calling, calling all your children. Say, Mount Zion gates are open. Step right in and walk right in. Hear your voices calling, calling all your children. Saying, Mount Zion gates are open. Step right in and walk right in. In a Mount Zion, in a Mount Zion, in a Mount Zion, in a Mount Zion, in a holy Mount Zion, in a holy Mount Zion, 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 in a holy Mount Zion. Faith can move mountains, faith can move mountains, faith can move mountains, faith in Jah. Faith can move mountains. Oh, faith can move mountains. Oh, yeah. Faith can move mountains. Faith in Jah. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we reach the part of the service called Miracles and Ordinaries. And I love this part because we get to share stories of affirmation and just from our life experience where there's been maybe a break in ordinary reality and just things, the miraculous or a quickening of divinity is there. Or maybe we're just in the right place at the right time, or maybe it's just another wonderful ordinary. I'd like to invite anyone who'd like to come forward to step in front of the mic and share. Liza, would you like to begin?
Okay, phew, during this time of cocooning, thank you. I've had, oh, as I was saying, during this time of cocooning because of COVID, I've had this marvelous opportunity of finding people like Sheila, water blessings and heart, whatever all that is, that Sheila does. And then also through Jerry Manna, I don't know if any of you know her, but she was here on island, is now doing something with William Whitecloud. And then another friend is doing something with a woman in South Africa. And it's all internet work. Um, but it's South Africa. Her name is Angela James. And it's all that inner work. So during this time, I'm doing a lot of inner work, and it's marvelous. And also gardening. Lots and lots of vegetable gardening. 3 different gardens I'm going on. It just keeps expanding. Thank you.
Someone else? Candy?
I don't know if you can understand me, but I'll try my best. So I haven't been with children so much, but on Wednesdays I have 2 little girls that I spend time with, and I live in a teeny tiny little house on a piece of land where there are lots of butterflies, and so the butterflies will try to come in at night when it's raining. And of course, they'll die if they do that. So there was one on my door that I snatched up and put into a bag, and I was hoping it would stay alive through the night. And so I took the bag to the little girl's house in the morning and had them come quickly and unzip the bag, and out flew the butterfly.
Any other miracles and ordinaries? Anything you'd like to share with the community? No more takers. Okay. Well, great. So now I get to present Sheila Gallien. And what I can tell you about Sheila is that she's been a lifelong spiritual seeker, has been on the path for a long time. And everything was kind of ordinary for a spiritual seeker like Sheila until January of 2017, when all of a sudden something opened up and she began channeling from what she calls the heart center of the heart center of the universe, of galactic consciousness, of immense love, harmony, and goodwill. So from this divine force has flooded all kinds of information, and she'll be sharing that with us today. Brian Nakasone met you at Kona Stories, where you were channeling, and introduced you here to our spiritual community, and that your background is some training at the Berkeley Psychic Institute, as well as the Clairvoyant Center of Hawaii. I know that you are wanting to do more and more group work, and that you have a website, Sheila Gallien at life.life, where you do channelings and readings for people. And today you're here to, the title of today is Snap, Crackle, and Pop. What do we do with all this light? So welcome, Sheila. Really looking forward to the heart activation today.
Thank you. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see how this is. I think I just need to talk for a minute and get the sound right. So, oh my gosh, it's so awesome to be here. And oh, I love what you're bringing. It's actually both of you that so beautiful. Maybe I'll have to do this then. Yeah. Okay. Then now we're probably too loud. Okay, I was a little worried about that. Sorry, technical experiences. Okay, yeah, I think that sounds going to be a lot better. Someone have to clear my throat. So, yeah, so awesome to be back here, and it's interesting having a sort of galactic consciousness run the show here, because I always have to say what my talk is going to be about, and I don't actually know, because sometimes it's something else. So this is what they initially said. Pasha said, "Well, you need give me a title," and I said, "Oh, okay." So I just wrote that out, and it's kind of what came through. And what was interesting to me, honestly, is I was like, really? Snapcart, the light. What do we do with all this light? Because I can't say that's exactly wholly where I've been. There's been a lot going on in the world, and I do want to address it just for a minute because I know we're gonna talk about these denser energies and stuff that's going on, and how a big part of what the Heart Center does, it's not about transcendence, it's about integration. It's about us figuring out how do we operate these beautiful new frequencies that are both ancient and new, and deal with our humanity and deal with the very real experience of being in a body. It's not about not being in a body, it's about being in a body. And this time, what the Heart Center always says is we're taking our bodies with us through this transformation. So there's a lot to managing our gifts and our tool. And it's been probably the most forefront in my world has been more the Black Lives Matter stuff. It's my 14-year-old daughter has just caught fire with this, and it really it brings tears to me because it's not something I've so much taught. It's this beautiful new generation that's alive, and what's coming through the teenagers now. There's so much maligning of youth, and it's completely wrong. The youth is rocking, and they're so alive and they're so connected. So I've been going through this other journey that's very visceral and dealing with our humanity and what does it mean? What does unity mean in when we've been so splintered in communities? So I love unity consciousness, but how do we operate this really? How do we really get along and connect with one another? And this is why maybe what came to me right before the speech was telepathy. Like, let's just let it all hang out. If we all can. And the Heart Center's talked about that a lot, that there's a heart telepathy, that if we bring everything, they call it the heart superhighway, like to the airing place, let everybody see each other, and find out where we're common. So, this is more where I've been. And when they were talking like, oh, light, 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 I'm like, well, that's cool, but how are we going to do this? And then they said, well, don't worry, we're going to talk about integration. So I don't know. Let's see what we're going to do. Just yeah, I really just feel, and I want to really feel and bless everyone. I mean, just with, I don't know, all the buzzwords sound so dumb, the gratitude and appreciation and all of that, but really what I see everybody's light and I see your humanity, and it's just beautiful. I'm really, really happy to be amongst a group of humans and in our bodies with each other. And your music, just man, you guys just radiate that. It's really special. So I've only ever, Brian and Jean have always been the music, and you guys are like, I feel like it's such a joyful, beautiful, visceral body thing you're bringing into. So it feels really perfect. And I love the removable obstacles because that's the thing, focusing not on the obstacles. Okay, enough of me. So let's see what these guys are going to say. And for anyone who, yeah, I just sort of close my eyes and start talking. And normally somebody does a timer, right? Usually it kind of magically wraps up. Like, was it 11:15? Is that okay? So usually it's not that long, but I don't know. Sometimes they've been going long lately. So what they were saying when I was sitting, kind of getting ready, they're like, "Well, thank you for letting us out of our bag, man. We've been wanting to talk for a while." I did this 30-day live meditation, and then I've been kind of quiet for a while. They're like, "Come on out." So such good energy. So good. Well, aloha, beloved. It is just so exciting to be with you again today. We just feel this is the snap, crackle, pop. The snap, crackle, pop is really coming from us. we're just snapping, crackling, popping. We're just so ready. We're so ready to be with you in this new place because you are newer, readier, and more You are more prepared than you know than you are. And this is really what we're going to start speaking with you today, because so many of you have been winding through. Some people are at peace, kind of winding through this place in this transformation. And other people are feeling this bombardment and this conflict from, how do I stay in this place and yet deal with what's going on? And how do I disseminate that information? And how do I curate that information? Or should I maintain it at this vibration? Or should I maintain it at this vibration? And we just want to say to you that everything that comes through you right now is perfect. This is really the best thing that we can say to you, is that actually it is the, we don't so much love the buzzwords, but the authenticity of your quest. And what we really see in this is really, this is going to be a signature piece opening up, is more of the child's mind. This is why the newest generations, the younger people speaking, they're speaking, we would say these people are speaking with no bullshit. These people are speaking, and for once, there's always been times in history where, yes, the youth is tempered and wisdom gives more complexity. No, 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 no. This is the time to speak. And this is the warning now, that everybody's form of no bullshit is not the same. So this is the part that where the crayons are the different colors. This is the part where the pictures are going to look different. And this is the part where you cultivate, what's the word we'd like to say? You cultivate ecstasy in each other's expression, not even just tolerance. That if you are able to go full in, and we know this is especially tricky with some of those things, but we actually invite you to be completely fearless in stepping into those people's beings. Honestly, trust us on this. Be completely fearless, even if, and this is going to be very controversial, even if it looks to you like hate, because we invite you to go inside this to find out what's really going on in there. What's really going on in there? Because this is the place ultimately where there is a meeting place. And there is no easy way through this. There is no way. You can't just sit here on this side of the story and feel safe in it. You, in fact, if anything, encourage people to get to less bullshit, less protected. Let them really speak what's really going on there, because it is the only way through to transformation. And so we might get a little specific here. We would talk specifically, we know some of you, we know Sheila is, looking at these racial divides and what's happened. If you go inside the question and you ask, what is motivating this? Let's look at what is most likely the less popular side in this group of people. What is motivating this oppression? What is motivating this hatred? And it always goes to fear. It always goes to fear. And so the question has to be, what do you do with fear? How do you alleviate fear? How do you break through fear? You're probably thinking we're going to have an answer. We will invite you to come with this question as well, to come with the child's mind, to come with the child who may be sitting in front of, maybe we see the image of a young child with a parent who is flipping out. And some children will run. Some children will do the wise thing and run for the hills. But some children, out of just impulse, and we don't recommend this with the people we're talking about, but some people just out of impulse will look to embrace them. What's wrong, mommy? What's wrong? Why are you so scared? And so we're not necessarily cultivating a direct conversation with people, because these people probably couldn't hear that question, but we cultivate this question in the collective. This is the question you can cultivate in the collective. You can do this powerfully, and you can do this fearlessly on your own time. Because what is the answer to that question? What are you so afraid of? These people are children. These people were once somebody else. These people were once other beings. These people were once one with all. These people were all of these things at one point. And so what are you so afraid of? And energetically, if you can come from that place so that you keep yourself connected to who you are, and we're going to get to more of this, But if you can come to that place, it will remove the obstacles with the divine. It will remove your own fears because you're coming and you can therefore start to let down this guard energetically. We're not saying go show up on their doorstep. Energetically, you can start to let down this divide because nothing, unless you want to be alone on this cloud with just these people, and these people are going to start to irritate you too. So, this is the problem. This is the challenge. So, fearlessly go into these questions, fearlessly go in and have faith. Know that you are connected to your light, and we'll work on this in just a second. Know that you are connected and you are transforming, and you are here already. You are in this place already. And it's not so much that it is your job to bring others with you, but it is your job to learn the bridge building. It is your job to open and learn this vibration that can ultimately, literally, keep you from being burned, keep you from being scalded, keep you from being eaten alive, keep you from being swallowed, as this song so accurately pointed out just moments ago. So, we invite you to come and we're going to do more activation with the light body here, but we we just want to speak a little bit more to the practical. Those who listen to us know that we like to speak to the practical. And so we invite you, every time you turn on Facebook, every time you turn on Twitter, every time you turn on your news, every time you listen to a friend who's got concerns, tune deeply into yourself in this place. Tune deeply, reach to the greatest connections you have and say, what are you so afraid of? What are you afraid of? And in that place, allow your heart to diffuse that fear. Allow it to diffuse the fear within yourself and allow it, your heart to diffuse the fear within others. And know that it is, despite whatever you may see, because there is no other possible reaction. If the energy gets in there, if the light permeates, it will in fact begin to activate. Now, it may not have the desired effect right away. But the important thing is the light needs to permeate. And now we want to speak to the density of, we really don't like to classify the light dark, the good, the bad, but it is an energetic fact that the light is moving. It is moving. It is in motion. And everybody knows that those things that are moving and in motion allow breath, allow air, allow change, allow love, allow exchange. Because even in the notion of stillness, even in the notion of presence, you are present with the divine. You are present with the light. You are receiving, breathing, and exchanging. So when you are clamped down in fear, it's as if there is a force shield around you, and things get denser, denser, tighter, tighter, tighter. And this is the energy that is winding around the world right now. It is a really weird combination because there is it's like there's missiles being sent all over, and you see these beautiful, there's love bombs and shock waves and beautiful, all different colored, and it's different energy rhythms and different energy waves and different, they're stretched together in different pieces. If you look right now at the earth from far away, what you see, honestly, is a very bizarre war zone. It is a war of, we hate to use the word, but it's true. It is a war zone, and it is the people launching love in some ways are doing with as much force as those that are launching fear. And so this is what we want to kind of calibrate together right now. Maybe this is a way that we can sort of come from a sort of unified sort of energy. So where we wanted to go first was to look first, have everybody look right now and feel into this moment of that energy that you would call dense, that energy that you would call fear, that energy that you would call hate, that energy of restriction. And we invite you to see it right now. See it in whatever color you give it, just around the world. See it shooting, see it entwined in bodies, see it covering various cities, see it living within germs, see it living in all these places. And then right now, what we'd like you to do, right now, send an absolute burst of your own light right within the deepest molecular structure of this energy. And right now, woo! And imagine the denseness of this energy just beginning to loosen, Just see it loosen a little bit so that this tight, constricted energy begins to expand, so that it begins to expand and that the movement of light begins to move and we would almost say calibrate, so that instead of it running in all these different speeds and all these different frequencies, almost the speed of the light moving starts to slow down because it can catch onto these places. We've blown open the energy of this density, and so there are openings, there are receptors, there are places within, like the rock has been dissolved, and right within those receptors, the light begins to tickle. And as it starts to move through the densest part, now we invite you to look into your own body and find the places where this is living within you. These places of fear, these places of anger, these places, these are very human, real things. These are not things that have to be removed. They don't have to be they don't have to be extracted. They don't have to be denied. All they need is a little bit of light. They just need to be able to get the same information that all the other receptors get. They just need to be exposed so that from this moment as they experience contraction and you bring the light in, they allow themselves to expand. And the fear may actually transform into a, a helpful sentry. The fear may, instead of being clenched and guns waging and drawn and twitching and reactive, the fear may turn into a very helpful sentry to be on alert when things begin to shift into too much destruction, into too much darkness. We believe and have always encouraged the deep journeys into the soul. We believe that there is room in the human body for the great spectrum of emotion. Mm. And we believe this because we see all of you. We see proof of it. We see proof of so many of you who run every possible emotion and yet are constantly activating, living, breathing, giving. And in these moments of darkness that you have, you turn inward and you use them to create greater depths of profundity. You use them to create greater depths of understanding. You use them to share with one another, to open your heart to one another. And so it is not that these emotions need to be removed, transcended, that these receptors need to be in any way shamed or blamed. All they need is to be given access to the whole being. All they need is to be given access to the whole light. And this is what you are a generator of. We come in and we speak to you, and the reason that you are able to receive it is because you are a generator yourself, that you are generating this light constantly from the source that you find within the universe. And so, in this place, we know we're being a little more personal this time. We're a little more personal because we want to really allow you, encourage you, invite you to feel this power within your own being that you already know, that you've accessed in so many ways, but we want you to know it and even name it. And we invite you in this moment to bring this activation of this light, and let's feel it within your full body. Feel it within your full body, we're going to start with your heart. And we invite you to feel the heart activation within you. Feel the network that has grown just even in these last months, these last years, since whatever you became consciously aware of who you really are. Feel the network as it has grown and expanded. Feel that now reaching out. Feel the growth. Feel the intelligence of the heart. Feel the connections opening to one another. Feel the telepathy between one another right now. Feel how right now in this room you are fully connected and you know everything about one another. See the surprises of the pictures that come to you right now that may or may not be yours, that are from others, and not just those in this room, but those on the live stream. And feel those pictures coming to you, not just from the live stream, but from all of those that those have loved. And feel the pictures coming to you. Feel the connection. Feel the depths of those that are coming to you, connected to everyone that you're connected to, connecting to everyone that they're connected to you. And feel this humanity, feel this connection, this commonality, feel this knowledge of who you are right now in this place. Feel this knowledge of who everyone is right now in this place right here, this love that you feel for each other. It is impossible to feel anything but compassion in this moment, about ignition in this moment, but connection in this moment of all that you have ever been and who you are becoming. And from this place, this is the knowledge of who you are going forward. And every moment that you connect with every other being, you bring with it all of humanity. You bring with it all of the whole story. And there will always be a story within whomever you meet that connects with those stories you carry with you. It is impossible to be a stranger anymore. It is impossible to be a stranger when you know all and all know you. And here's the real trick, they're going to know you too. And this may surprise them. And so, what you do right now is give this place in your connection, whether it's a name, a color, just a remembrance of what it feels like to be connected with all of humanity, with all of humanity's humanity, with all of humanity's divinity, with all that is divine, with everything that you know and everything can be known right now in this moment. Give this a place of your understanding, give this a color, a name, a moment, so that when you are triggered by whatever and whomever you are triggered, you have this as your touchstone. Take a moment to memorize it right now, this connection through all of humanity. That there is no stranger among you, that there is no stranger ever. And in this moment, when these people are triggering you, whoever they may be, there is only, there is only, there is only this commonality. There is only this compassion. There is always only this humor. There are only these embarrassing secrets. Your most embarrassing secrets, guess what? You've just transmitted them to the whole universe. Everybody knows. But don't worry, theirs are worse. Just as bad. Just as good. It is this nakedness, ultimately. It is this transparency. It is beyond authenticity, it's transparency that will open these gateways. And this is the activation, the light that we are speaking of. It is the light of complete transparency. Because when you are fully lit, everybody can see right through you. When all are fully lit, everybody can be seen with all of the complexity, with all of the shadows. And what happens to shadows in the light? They just become texture, they just become memories. So this is our invocation for you. This is our encouragement for you, is to know that there are no strangers. And we encourage you to approach this with the innocence of the child, and yet with the wisdom of one who knows timing. We encourage you to use your experience, your life experience, to know when and how much to show, and not to be afraid of making mistakes. That's not what we're saying, but to not just go full out to everybody, because that has its own, and we think there is a lesson coming around with the masks and the boundaries, that there is a very interesting dance between transparency and boundaries. And that this is inviting everybody to step in. When is my moment to speak? When is my moment to listen? When is my moment to reveal? And to look from the heart, from the eyes, to constantly be receiving and communicating and transmitting information, and allowing yourself to approach with both this childlike goodwill and also the wisdom of the cultivation of lifetimes of who you really are. And so this is the balance. This is the balance in how humanity can move forward in seeing each other, in loving each other and respecting each other, and allowing each other in this commonality to also be individuals. Because it's the individual expression of beauty that leaves you in awe. And then, yes, it can come together communally, but it is the individual expression that gathers everyone around to cherish, celebrate, and be a part of. And then you just get to trade off. So all of this is mastering the combination of activating your own light, your own heart, your connection from the divine, of seeing, understanding, knowing one another, knowing the commonality, and then becoming a master of timing. So that everybody can play in rhythm with each other instead of all talking over each other at once. And so, does anyone have a question? We didn't prepare anyone for this, but we feel like we have more time. When does what? You're not going to like our answer. COVID is not going to leave for a very long time. However, because COVID is going to morph and COVID is going to change not just physically into something, but it has already ignited a complete change of behavior in how people are connecting. And so the question of freedom, we would invite you to look at freedom with slightly different eyes. And what we would say to you is that freedom means freedom for all. Freedom is no longer about individual freedom. That freedom comes when all are free. And so, if you can recalibrate your idea of your own restriction to how can you be of service to freeing all, you will begin, first of all, to feeling freer. And if it is just the mask itself that bothers you, then seek out places where you can be mask free for longer. This part will change. The masking will change, but it is going to change into something else, and we can't quite see what that is. It's going to change into there are going to be a lot of people that are still activated and wanting to wear the masks. And so it's a tough question because it's changing really, really quickly. It's changing really quickly, just even moment to moment. But we would keep your heart focused on the true, real meaning of freedom. That's the best we can say. And it is no mistake that what is coming up now consistently is the memory of slavery and oppression. And this is the opportunity for these to be righted because everybody has actually been enslaved. It's just been a pretty small percentage of people on the planet that have truly felt free. And it isn't to say that you have to throw off your own freedom to lift others. That would be turning it on its head. But this is a reminder that these wounds live, that they're present, that this oppression is constant and present, and it is an opportunity to finally and completely dissolve this from the human DNA. And in fact, it is a requirement that this be dissolved, acknowledged, and that restitution. We're speaking in both specific but also abstract terms, that this can actually be done more energetically than you imagine. And working energetically, for those of you really concentrating on freedom, working energetically to offer restitution to the very specific populations dealing with oppression and to your own lineage of oppression. Because everybody born onto the planet has experienced oppression. And the current incarnation of those who are experiencing it most fiercely, these people have shown up to show you what it really looks like. And so begin working energetically to make restitution for all of this oppression, to every factor of it. Your own, you have played every part in it yourself. Everybody in this room has lived many, many incarnations and many people beyond. And so this may be another very practical thing to see yourself in all of these different forms as oppressor, as oppressed, It's no mistake. Look at everybody showing up masked, yoked, living in fear. So this is the energy to tune into and dissolve, but not through rebellion. This is what we see as being effective, is through love, through compassion, through acknowledgement, through recognition, and through restitution. This may be a little out of our jurisdiction, really, because that there are so many realities, is the truth. And we could we could speak about many different versions of that. We could say the sovereignty of your own body is key, that the way that most of humanity has approached caring for their body is abysmal and uneducated and ignorant. And so there are different realities for different people. For those who live with a certain, this is why these pathogens are frequently, well, up to now, but it's changing, have been attacking people whose physical symptoms are whose underlying diseases have been symptoms of societal failure in nutrition and health. So it's but hmm, so there are just different realities for different people, is really what we would say, that it is as true for the people who are experiencing the pathogenic results as it is for the people who could be completely impervious to those, whether through energetic belief, self-care, or who knows what. So we again, hmm, we would ask you to actually step back and look at the whole picture. And what does humanity need to get through this? This is where we would have you keep your focus. We can't, we feel we can't tap in very clearly to the first part of your question. But the second part being, the responsibility is 100% on each and every individual to carry all of humanity forward. And so make your decisions according to that. We don't know. Yeah. Mm. We have to sit with that a little. Yeah, that's we don't know to that one. Mm. And so let us close out then really quickly. So coming from back into this energy, because what we really, 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 really want you to know, is that you are so much more powerful than you know. And some of you know this, but you still have that doubt that you are so much more powerful than you know. But remember and seek and understand what use you want to put that power. That is the question for you to answer within your own heart. And this will activate it greater and greater and greater and greater. To what use is that power for you? And we know everybody listening wants to be of service in some way. We invite you in this moment to just really tune into this activation and this activation of this power, as if you can walk out of here with this torch of knowing that you have the capacity to do everything that you came here to do, and that you are connected. And as this unity continues to bond together, and as you trust it more and more and more, you will feel this power grow exponentially. And it is this light that we invite you to accept fully and know that it can permeate, shake, loosen, penetrate, and alternate anything. And we come to you with so much love from the heart center of the universe.
Thank you. And now, as we prepare for offertory, we'll have some more music. I invite whoever would like to make a donation to step forward one at a time to the koa bowl.
All right. So we're going to play one of my original songs. This song is called Sanctuary. And the chorus is pretty simple. I want you guys to help out. It's just higher, higher, higher. And there's a few other parts that you can chime along with as well. Pretty simple to follow along with. I know a place we can go, a place to get away from the snow, a place so deep down inside. Oh, Jah will take us higher and higher. Higher, 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 higher. My heart is filled with so much desire. Higher, 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 higher. Oh, Jah will take us higher and higher. Yo, when I step into the temple, it's simple. Revelations pour out my mental. I'm wishful for a better world. Visionary stargate, I make it unfurl. Heights, lights, knowledge, and wise mind. Yo, we have to find the mystery within the divine mind. I've climbed Jacob's ladder, chakras on my spine. The Kundalini serpent, the winds and the lines. It's time for the union of God and Goddess. Mary Magdalene and Yeshua blessed, incarnated from Osiris and Empress Isis. The oneness of I and I consciousness, supreme embellishment, ancient Kemetic script. Yo, we building with the gods, it's wisdom heaven sent. I and I represent cosmic elements. Yo, the masters perfect as the soul resurrects. Yo, I know a place we can go, a place to get away from the snow, a place so deep down inside. Oh, Jah will take us higher and higher. Higher, 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 higher. My heart is filled with so much desire. Higher, 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 higher. Oh, Jah will take us higher and higher. To the bridge. Only I and I can save me. Under the Bodhi tree, wakey, wakey. Only I and I can save me. I enter into my sanctuary. Everyone. Only I and I can save me. Under the Bodhi tree, wakey, wakey. Only I and I can save me. I enter into my sanctuary. Thunder, thunderation. We the Rastafarites of Jah Nation. Thunder, thunderation. We create a healing vibration. Thunder, thunderation. We the Rastafarites of Jah Nation. Thunder, thunderation. We create a healing vibration. 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 Thank you, thank you.
So now I have announcements for what's coming up and following in the weeks ahead. Next week, Carol Hannum and I will be offering a program of music and merriment, I suppose, called Psychic Sidekicks, Our Spiritual Journey. The following week, LT Smooth will be here to offer a program and music. The week after that, Auntie Mahilialani Henry. And then we have weekly classes this week. On Mondays, Gentle Yoga 5 to 6:30 with Maria Mann. Thursdays, the Kona Living Aloha Group 6 to 8 with Davina Mar. And on July 14th, this Tuesday, a Safe Conversations practice group. And I want to put in a plug for that for this Tuesday because Safe Conversations, before I took this class, I did not know that you never, ever, ever need to have another argument. Basically, it's learning how to talk to another person, just stating what's true for you, and they totally listen without their ego involved and reflect it back to you. And then you take turns doing that. And through the process of just really listening to one another, which often doesn't happen when we get into arguments, by listening to each other, what really wants to come and be born as truth and authenticity for both people arises. So I want to invite you, especially, to come to the Safe Conversations practice group this Tuesday, 6 to 8. If you'd like to be on the mailing list, there is an e-newsletter, and you can sign up over there. And I'd like to ask, are there any other New Thought announcements? Yes, Pasha.
Well, I just want to acknowledge a couple of first timers who are here with us today. Brent stepped in to learn some important technological skills, which New Thought is really needs because the other people in our community that have done that in the past are either off island or for other reasons are not able to perform their function. So Thank you so much. And thank you to David Ojeda, who is our teacher. He's the master sound technician, but we can't expect him to come every week. And also our musicians, this is their first time. And that was, it was just delightful. Thank you so much. And
Sakshi and Kavita.
Sakshi Zion and Kavita. And you, did you both come from Ocean View? No. Okay, good. So it's a long way, right? But anyway, okay. But you did, Sakshi. So thank you for making that long journey. Yeah. Okay. And so the New Thought Board is kind of trying to make appropriate decisions for our community. We want our elders to feel safe to come. We don't want to wait till everything's like 100% safe, because it never is, right? Well, depending on your perceptions. But I realize that it's very frustrating to see people that you love and you haven't been able to connect for months, and then not be able to have the normal, friendly, personal conversations that we normally would after service. And we apologize to you, Sheila, that we can't take you out to lunch yet. We could consider that you have a rain check for the time when everybody's guidance feels like, yes, it's time to go to restaurants together. But we would be very grateful for some input from our friends and members.